What's up, hang on, that doesn't sound quite right. Welcome to Casting for Two. I am not Chris, but I am Zachary Davis, founder and creative lead at SecretStageProductions.com. I actually did appear on this show back in January, and I've loved it ever since. There's actually a reason I'm here this week. It's not that Chris, got lazy or anything like that. We've got a lot of new improvements coming to SecretStageProductions.com, including a new show from Chris and Megan Johnson, who you guys know as Tipsy Writer. She was on this show, a couple weeks ago, I believe. And, she's always a lot of fun. Their new show is called Sunday Brunch with Megan and Chris. And it's a show about food and friendship and kind of whatever pops into their minds that particular week. They answer questions. They tackle the biggest topics they can think of and all that sort of stuff. It's a lot of fun. I've listened to the first one. I definitely recommend checking it out. You can find this show at SecretStageProductions.com/SundayBrunch, as well as on iTunes, Google Play Music, Stitcher, and YouTube. We'll also be talking about it on Twitter, over at Secret Stage Team. I'm on Twitter at Zacterium. Megan can be found at Tipsy_Writer, and Chris, as always, is at Casting for Two. Sunday Brunch premieres this Sunday, October 2nd, so check it out. Now, this week's episode of Casting for Two is number 156, which features Chris's interview with the band Villa Avenue from Chicago, Illinois. They got a cool little hybrid sound, and you guys can find them at Villa Avenue on Twitter. They're also on ReverbNation.com/Villa_Avenue, where it looks like you can listen to some of their music. So let's go ahead, jump right into that interview. So Chris, cue the music.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well, and yourselves?
Good.
Pretty
Hey,
good.
is the volume good?
How's it sound?
It's you're crescendoing louder.
How about now?
There we go.
Right here, good?
Right there's good. People are gonna think we're in the same room.
Perfect.
We're using a pretty good mic, so it works out.
There we go. What kind of mics are you using?
It's a Bluebird
Gotcha.
by Blue, yeah.
Right on, right on. And so this is a pretty loose show.
Okay.
Who am I? I'm speaking with Chris, I'm assuming. Who's the other gentleman?
I'm Jim.
Chris and Jim.
And then Jason, our drummer's here too.
Oh, okay, cool, awesome.
So we're all set.
How is your guys' day going so far?
Okay.
Yeah, pretty
It's
good.
going good.
How about you, bud?
It's going all right. I had this really weird urge to watch the dance scene from The Mask. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. I don't know why I had the urge to watch it. So
Probably because of Cameron Diaz.
yeah, I was thinking, I'm watching. I'm like, you know what? She doesn't look half bad.
I think that was her first movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was her first movie. Yeah, and then once that and Something About Mary came out, that was it.
Pretty much.
And then that was it.
And the rest is history. But yeah, I don't know why I felt like I had to share that with you, but it had to be shared.
Oh, I understand. I'm actually potty training my 2-year-old right now, so.
Oh my gosh, we watch my niece, and we're potting training her too, and she's the exact same age.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's not fun, is it?
No, and it's just she just really does not want to go potty in the toilet. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, ours doesn't either, but we have a reward system of
Okay.
M&Ms. So.
There we go.
Yep.
Maybe we should try that.
Give her like if she goes pee, give her like 2 or 3 M&Ms. There you go.
Gotcha. Everybody, welcome to Toddler Talk with my special guest, Villa Avenue. We talk all toddlers.
I'm the only one with the kids. Sorry.
Okay. Well, this will be a quick episode then.
Yeah.
So as you can tell, this is a pretty loose show where we can talk about whatever we want. But I have a question for you guys. Since I have all the band members here, I would like to know, first off, when individually you guys caught the music bug.
Oh, you mean overall, just not just with the band, but just in life?
Yeah, in life. Yeah, we'll start out individual, and then we'll come together like a really good Christopher Nolan movie.
Well, I know for me, I was I don't know, I was about 11 or 12 when I got my first guitar, but I guess I didn't really start playing seriously until about 15, 16. And yeah, I mean, I had family members that were musicians on both sides, and my uncle bought me my first guitar against my parents' wishes. And yeah, I just pick it up. I wish I played more instruments, but I guess I just play guitar and try to play a little bit of piano here and there. But how about you, Jim?
Oh, I played saxophone starting when I was, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9, maybe 10. I really don't remember. I think it was like 4th or 5th grade, so probably 9 or 10. And I played sax. I still do from time to time, but I played it seriously up until I was about 18. But I've been playing guitar since I was 16. And yeah, I just, started off with rock music, and then I've moved through every genre I could possibly find. But, I still end up going back to kind of rock, folk type stuff. But yeah, I've always loved music. I live for it, And Jason?
With me, I started off probably busting out the pots and pans when I was a young one, and my father played the drums. Picked up from him, and just took off from there. He bought me my first drum kit. Well, actually, I played on his drum kit probably about 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And yeah, so I've been into oldies and classic rock. Got into Nirvana and then met Chris through high school. We had a keyboard class together. And he was like, "Hey, man, let's start a band." So, yeah, it took off from there.
Right on. And see, I love out of all the instruments, I mean, no offense to you guitaros, but it was definitely the drums for me. That's the instrument that my sister was in marching band, and I just see the drummers going crazy, hitting stuff, and it just looked like so much fun. That when it was my turn to get into music, everybody said I looked like a tuba player, and so that's what I played. So, but I then later found my way into drumming through jazz, so it worked out. It worked out okay.
Yeah, I think every guitar player wants to secretly be a drummer, and every drummer secretly wants to be a guitar player. Seems to be the pattern.
Yeah, but everybody wanted to play drums starting out. It was just a matter of whose parents were cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Mine were.
We didn't have these fancy electronic drum kits that we can control a volume with when we were growing up.
It definitely does speak to the parents, because, I mean, my parents loved hearing me banging stuff, while I could see other parents like, you make a noise and you're grounded. It's a drum set. I don't care. They let me have my drum set in my room for a while there until I, wanted to add, extra drums that I didn't need, so I had to move it to the garage. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And Jim, you never want to break out the sax for any of your songs? Some rock sax?
Oh yeah, I'd love to. It's just that it's really hard to pick back up. Sax is hard, and because when you're not it would require some time for me to get my chops back up. Like, I don't know how long, but I spent so much time playing guitar and dealing with toddler issues that I don't, I don't really see that being realistic.
And Jason, you touched on it a little bit, but so how did you guys form the band?
Well, we met actually when I was living at my parents' house, Tony, which is the neighbor that lived down the street, owned a little pub called Jimmy V's, and he was like, there's this band that's looking for a drummer, and it happened to be Chris. So it's like, wow, I was shocked, and that's when we started.
Yeah, we've been through a lot of different variations since then, but I think Jason, we were talking the other day, we probably played the longest of everybody that we've played with, and he's a really solid drummer. He's a really good guy too, so it's pretty easy, and yeah, it's pretty much. And then we brought Jim. Jim joined us about a year and a few months ago. We knew each other kind of casually through friends, and we always said, we should play together. We should play together. And then a couple of years went by, and then I don't know why, but out of nowhere, we just kind of picked it up, and we started playing, and kind of fit nicely. So we just kept going, and we still keep going.
That's the important thing. Just keep chugging, keep going. And when you guys first started out with the band, how did you guys find the sound that you wanted to do?
I think one of the things that might be the reasons what keeps us playing together is we all kind of come from different musical backgrounds. We all have different influences, and in some cases they're pretty opposite from each other. So I think that's one of the things is that we kind of compromise on the sound. We don't really try to go for anything. We just kind of however we play, however it comes out, and we don't really tell each other what to do or what we're trying to go for. We just kind of we'll start with the song and we'll throw it out there, and then whatever we add to it, whatever sounds good, we'll do. And then like Jason said, he comes from more of like a Nirvana heavy rock. He's a very hard hitting drummer, which is kind of strange with acoustic guitars and pianos and so. But yeah, I don't know what it is. We've never really talked about it, I guess. But there's some sort of common thing in the music that we all kind of grasp onto and like and relate to, even though we come from all these different areas. So it's kind of interesting, but it's also it's fun to kind of grab influences from each other and see, kind of go outside of our comfort zones and kind of try to find like a common sound.
Yeah. Chris never, just for the record, Chris never tries to tell you what to play or anything like that, which is, in some bands, that's just kind of how it is. Like the one person, the composer, in this case, Chris being the composer, I guess he's the one who writes the songs, will have all the parts thought out or whatever the case is, or if he doesn't like something, he'll tell you. But Chris is actually very open. So, that gives me some room it gives you some freedom. Like, I don't have to worry about I'm going to get yelled at by him if I try something. So yeah, that's definitely one of the things that makes it such an interesting kind of mix of music, I guess.
Right. See, from all this talk, I feel like there's no reason not to have a rock sax song. From all this talk, I'm telling you, it's going to happen one day.
The idea has definitely been tossed around, but I don't know. You said you played tuba.
Yeah.
Do you still play tuba?
I could pick it up.
It takes a lot of air, though. You don't realize that. So
yeah.
Yeah. Well, tuba in particular. Who am I talking
here?
I'm telling you about pushing air. No, but the sax is like, I just, every time I pick it up, I end up getting discouraged because I have a hard time getting a good tone on it.
Oh, okay.
But recently I did buy a ligature. I bought a new ligature, and some reeds. So yeah, maybe bust it out at some point in the future. We'll see.
There we go. It's been over 10 years since I played the tuba, and part of me wants to go back because, like you said, it does take a lot of air. And at one point, I was able to hold my breath for 3 minutes, and now I can't do that. So I think for like if I'm going on a cruise ship, I'm definitely going to want that lung capacity just in case something happens. I don't know. Icebergs are everywhere. There could be another Titanic. Who knows?
That's true. Yeah.
So that's. I just want to be prepared. But I miss having. I still have tons of hot air in me, but I just wish I had the bigger lungs.
Did you ever dabble in any other sort of like wind instruments, or you just stick with the tuba?
It was pretty much the tuba for me, yeah, just because it music back in high school days was never that appealing to me. It was something I did,
Yeah.
just because my parents did it, my sister did it, so I felt like I should do it. But the part where I really had fun with it, it was just being able to play the drums in the jazz band and do my own thing. The teacher, that's the nice thing about jazz drummers, is that as long as you're in time, they don't care what you do. Of course, they'll point to you in solo every once in a while, but that's fine. But I had, the freedom to do whatever I wanted, and then, of course, I had friends that I played with, so that's where I had more fun. That and when I learned percussion, I had to go learn marimba, which then moved it to piano, so that was kind of cool for me as well.
Marimba's awesome.
Yeah.
I played one at a music store like a month ago, and I was like, I want this thing. It was expensive, though.
Oh, yeah. 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 And when I first started, I was, they were like, marimba, that's a giant piano. I was like, no, it's not. I don't see the connect. And then I finally saw the connection. I know my scales. That's about it. So
Basically, is a piano. Yeah, it's a chromatic thing. It's even laid out like one, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's pretty much a piano that you need bigger fingers to play.
Yep.
So, but I see you guys. Nan, you guys are from Illinois.
Yeah,
The
like suburbs of Chicago. Yeah.
There we go. See, I grew up in. I didn't grow up. A couple years ago, I moved to Glendale Heights.
Oh, west suburbs. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just funny how people would tell me that I live in Chicago, but I'd be like, no, I'm in Glendale Heights, and they're like, no, it's part of Chicago. I'm like, okay, I guess so, but I enjoy it up there for sure.
And where do you live now?
Now I'm in San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, okay, I got an uncle out there. What brought you to San Antonio, Texas?
I have all my family out in the Texas area because I was originally born in Texas.
Okay.
But then when I was entering the teen years, I moved to Oregon, and that's where I feel more at home, really.
Okay.
And then we moved, my family and I moved back to Texas 4 years ago, and I said I needed to get out, so I went to Chicago for a year.
Okay.
So Oregon's your favorite place? That's home?
Oh, yes, Oregon is my favorite place for sure. I love the weather. I love the people. I miss the rain.
Yeah, I could see that.
And it was nice being in Chicago because everyone kept telling me, be ready for the winter. It's gonna happen, and I'd be like, okay, all right. And then one day it snowed like 20 inches,
Sure.
and I'm just like, okay, this is cool. Let's keep going. It didn't faze me because I love the cold weather. So
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see myself ever being able to live in like San Antonio, Texas.
right.
But I don't also see myself living in Chicago for the rest of my life either, though.
Yeah.
So I don't, kind of middle of the road there, I guess.
Nobody in Illinois, everyone in Illinois complains about Illinois. Like everyone likes Chicago's a cool city. I know obviously it gets a bad rap with all the crime, but it's not as bad as people think it is. But nobody like in the suburbs is ever particularly proud of living in the suburbs, and that's why everyone tells you they're from Chicago. Because they don't. They're like, no one's like, oh yeah, I'm from Waukegan. It's really nothing to brag. Well, no offense to Waukegan, but yeah.
You know what?
Anyway.
I'll offense to them. I'll do it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Waukegan sucks, man.
Yeah, well, there goes all of our Waukegan fans.
And so, do you have any weird or fun tour stories from the various gigs that you've done?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess ours is just a variation of playing in front of, virtually nobody one night and maybe having a better crowd the next night. And then one thing that we've kind of find interesting is right like around us we kind of compete with a lot of like cover bands. Cover band is like the big thing in Chicago. And so we had a booking agent that I don't know why, but he insisted on always booking us between like two, like an Alice in Chains cover band and like a really hard like heavy metal band all the time. And then he'd stick like us acoustic and bass and whatever band like right in the middle. And then we're supposed to deal with their crowds.
Yeah.
Screamo bands.
Yeah.
There was a lot of screamo bands you get booked with. Yeah, that's
you guys are basically the palate cleanser then.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it.
Okay.
I never fully understood it, but we yeah.
Do you ever get booed?
No, we've never gotten booed.
Yeah, I never got booed either. I never got booed or like, had bottles thrown at me or anything like that.
The nice thing about Chicago is, I mean, there are a lot of cover bands, but there is a lot of appreciation for original music and creativity. So I don't know if it's so much that people maybe didn't want to boo us, but maybe they just were nice about it. I don't know.
And oh no, go on.
Oh no, I was just saying, yeah, we I guess that's all I could really think of there.
Well, I was gonna say when you're doing these live shows, or your gigs, I don't know I don't know the technical term. Is there one song in particular that you love playing, that you love getting reaction from the crowd?
Yeah, I mean we have songs that we've put out as singles and stuff, and we've put out. I think one of the things is like we play a few covers in our shows because we kind of have to.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of times, we'll play an original song and we don't get a lot of reactions because people don't know it, right? And so sometimes we'll start a song and we'll get a reaction and then it'll kind of die down because people probably thought it might have been a song that they knew or it might have been something and it turns out it wasn't. So we have a couple of those, and that's kind of fun to kind of see the excitement and then watch it go away.
People like the I know people react a lot to like the more rockin' tunes, like the heavier stuff.
Yeah,
like Loose Ends and Ordinary stuff that builds a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You have, I mean, you get some reactions for sure.
We have some songs that are like your basic 2.5 minute, 3 minute, and then we have some songs that go from like 7 to sometimes 10 minutes. And those are our kind of more favorite ones that we can kind of just drag out and play and kind of go up and down. But I guess the tolerance level for it is based purely on where you play. But
it's kind of like you don't end the song ends you.
Yeah. Or sometimes like we'll have pieces like, so a lot of times we'll kind of improvise in parts of the song. So we'll have pieces and then not like a set length of those pieces. So we'll kind of go by how it feels. And, every once in a while I'll let Jim kind of solo for a little longer than maybe what he was planning or would have liked to. And we're now really looking at each other and it's like, yeah, well, I was done with that solo 2 minutes ago. You just kept me hanging.
You didn't see the part where I put down the guitar and went to the bathroom? Come on.
Yeah, one time I was putting my guitar down to go to the bathroom. This is before a show. And I told Chris I had to use the bathroom, and he thought I was telling a joke. I got to take a leak. So he started the song. I'm not mad about it, Chris. I just bringing it up as an anecdote.
That good old classic band joke. I'm going to the bathroom.
It's actually kind of funny when I think about it.
Well, right on. And so for the people at home who would like to keep up with what you guys do, also pick up the music, where can they do that?
Mainly we use our Reverb Nation page. So it's reverbnation.com/Villa_Avenue. And then there you'll have videos and audio and links to our, Twitter and our Facebook. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all the media sites we have. Oh, we have a SoundCloud too, so you can just go to soundcloud.com /villa.avenue.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff. You change that quite a bit, don't you?
Yeah, we like to move it around and upload some old stuff and some new stuff and mix it with full band stuff and acoustic stuff and some instrumentals.
If you search for Villa Avenue on YouTube too, you'll find. I know. I think you mentioned it, but there's various videos from live shows from different eras. Various podcasts we've done where they do video, and yeah, so there's plenty of Villa Avenue out there on the internet.
There we go. And so I feel like I should let you guys go and jam and create some more wonderful music.
All right. Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man. Yeah, we appreciate any time that we can be heard, I guess. So.
Yeah, no, it's my pleasure. Whenever you guys want to come back on, just say the word. I'd be happy to have you guys back on.
Great. Thanks, man.
Thank you, and good luck with that potty training.
Oh, thank you very much. I'll need it.
Bye, guys.
See you. Bye.